20 penny. This shit got me in my feelings. Gotta be real with it. Yeah.
Welcome to America's
podcast.
We're your host, Austin and
Ray.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. In this episode, we talk everything from hemp.
It's all about the terps, bro.
Oh, yeah, and terps. We talk about terps and how they really affect you, not just the strain and strain specific.
And not just the flavor. It's much more than that. All the benefits.
Yes. We talk about hemp being legalized and how that's going to be a massive production for Americans finally to have that back in our soil after 80 years.
And we know how much all you guys love sales, but not even just a sale, but on weed, everything. So we talk about all the blowouts they've been having for the new July 1st regulations.
Yes. So we talk about everything about that transition and all the requirements and everything that California is doing to crack down on the $350 million worth of marijuana that is being destroyed.
Completely demolished.
And not in your lungs either. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah, what? They're just burning this to the sky with it?
I don't know. I mean, they might put in the ocean, let the humpback whales get a little humping in because they've been a little endangered. So it's nice to finally get back on the mics, just us two. So this episode is
a lot of fun, and we're about to go on Instagram Live.
Yes.
At the end.
At the end. Yeah, but we're going to cut that out. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Y'all, Austin's been dancing around the house to In My Feelings.
Hey.
Got me in my feelings. Gotta be real with it.
So it's been a while that just me and you got on the mics. I like it. I like it because it just enables us to like show our personality, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of just having like an agenda of a third person or a fourth person, an interviewee, we have our own ways of going about stuff. You know, because when a person's here, we have to obviously cater to them and their business and why they're here. Obviously, we have to respect their time. So, Ray, how have you been like in the buyer's market in the last couple of weekends of buying cannabis here in the Bay Area?
Oh, I've been loving it. I was just thinking the other day, my phone's like blowing up. It's bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm like, who keeps texting me? And I look, it's like all the dispensaries. Sale, we're getting rid of this, everything's 60% off, edibles $5, grams for $3. So it's been pretty crazy.
You're loving that.
Oh yeah. And then when you go there though, I mean, they were definitely a little bit more crowded, the dispensaries.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to wait a little bit longer, but it was worth it.
I mean, how deep are these discounts?
Like minimum 60%.
Holy moly.
60% or more.
Holy
discounted.
Moly. That's crazy. Because we're going through a transitional period right now. As of July 1st, California came out with a new law requiring these dispensaries to have everything tested and for it to be basically package compliant as well. So
when you're saying testing, you're talking about like THC content
no.
specifically, or
and
what?
I'm glad you asked that because Corey said the same thing. It's like, dude, why are they doing this? All this kind of stuff.
It's for the chemicals and the residual solvents and all the things that they're using to like make the flower.
Yeah, it's basically they're testing to make sure that the cannabis is clean, so they didn't use any synthetic nutrients or sprayed it with any bad pesticides. Because of course you don't want to smoke or inhale any of that and that to go in your lungs and your bloodstream. That's bad news. So they're basically all the untested goods and all that, they're trying to fly off the shelf. They're trying to push that off the shelf because if they don't, then it's getting thrown away.
Yeah.
Thrown away. So supposedly, High Times came out and said $350 million worth of marijuana was thrown away or destroyed.
Wow.
As of the past week. Yeah, that's crazy.
I wonder if that's like actually thrown out and destroyed, or if that's like what they're saying they sold from the stuff that would have had to be destroyed, you know?
Well, their headline says California dispensaries must destroy $350 million.
But let's be honest, I don't think they're really destroying that. Like, if you had a dispensary, would you not just give it to your friend Billy Bob?
Well, here's the thing. I guarantee you that they have public officials making sure that the 20 pounds of marijuana they didn't sell before July 1st they still have 20 pounds of it that they received.
But, like, why couldn't they just keep it? Like, I wonder what the rules are on that.
Because black market, because they don't want that to go right back into the black market.
So then they just seize it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, think of all like the Coast Guard and all their seizures and all the cocaine and marijuana and all that stuff coming from wherever. I don't know. They just lock it away or burn it or destroy it.
I know, but it's interesting to think like, I mean, I wonder if that's how it would be with alcohol. Like if they had to, you know, or would the owner of Brody's Liquor just get to keep it?
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder back when they had the Prohibition era, like if they had new laws, if they had to literally like drain it out in front of like a fucking senator or something, or yeah, who knows?
Like it's still just, you're right. I mean, I guess, you know, they do track everything now. It is like it's legal, but it's government regulated.
Right.
So
well, this whole transitional period was for the seed to sale process. Yep, to strengthen it. So now all these dispensaries have to get.
They have to play fair.
They have
be safe to the public.
So let me tell you what I think. One good thing about this transition, these new laws. So instead of me going to homeboy down the street that tests marijuana, and I pay him an extra $1,000 to say, hey, if this tests at 20% THC, bump that up a couple percent and tell the consumer that it tests at 24% THC. And just because...
Wait, you're saying that people do that?
Yes. Yeah. They bribe or they undercut or
so that
under
they
the
can
table
sell the flower at
a higher price or just a more flashier price, because everybody looks at the THC.
I didn't realize that was an issue.
So that, and with marijuana having these synthetic nutrients, most of the time that's how these insane looking buds look so lab made. Most likely they might not be using the best nutrients, but in other case that shit has to be tested now. So like there's no getting around that. Like you have to make sure your shit's in line now. You can't be using stuff that's bad for people to consume, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, but
it does really, really suck that all these dispensaries and these small businesses are having to destroy their product just because of new laws. But hey, it's growing pains.
Yeah, it is growing pains, and you're right. I mean, it's about time that the consumer benefits for a second at least. And it's like, are we really benefiting when these new laws are what's really benefiting us?
Well, I'll tell you what, we did benefit with those beautiful sales.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we benefited off the sale, but it's like, if none of that stuff is tested, it's like still kind of
most definitely
shitty to begin with.
Yeah, most definitely. So you think about it. I mean, we smoke some weed that has definitely been sprayed with not the best stuff.
But it's like, we also live in California. I can't imagine what people in illegal states are smoking in the black market.
For sure.
Even worse.
For sure. But what's crazy is the people in California know how to make this shit look so good. People in the black market states, they're just like, give me whatever you got type of deal. So we've been on the cheating side for a while, if you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying. So let me read you from cannabis.ca.gov what they basically had to say. So as far as laboratory testing requirements, they're saying beginning July 1st, 2018, a licensee may only sell cannabis goods that has been tested and passed all testing requirements in effect at the time of testing. All cannabis must be destroyed if not tested before January 1st, 2018.
It's interesting that they don't specifically state what tests. I mean, yeah, of course, the people in the weeds of that stuff know, but...
Right. I wish they did tell us.
That would be cool for me to know.
So packaging and labeling requirements beginning July 1st, 2018, all packaging and labeling must be performed prior to cannabis goods being transported to a retailer. So this is in-house, obviously, which that's the way it should be. A retailer shall not accept cannabis goods that are not properly packaged and labeled. A retailer shall not package or label cannabis goods, even if the cannabis goods were in inventory before July 1st. However, for medicinal sales, retailers will place a sticker on the cannabis goods stating, for medical use only, upon sale to a qualified medicinal customer, unless the statement is already printed on the package. So that's already been happening. I don't know.
Right,
And it's saying
they're saying just distinguish medicinal, which has already being done.
Yeah. Also, THC limits for edibles. You already know this, but I'm going to tell the people, the audience. Beginning July 1st, 2018, edible cannabis goods may not exceed 10 milligrams of THC per serving and may not exceed 100 milligrams per package.
Yeah.
So we knew this, but That's I mean, obviously for the normal average consumer, that's fine. For the hardcore medicinal user or recreational user,
anybody that's been in California this whole time that's been smoking weed
neat.
and has some sort of a tolerance now, it's like, I'm not going to eat a whole chocolate bar.
Right. Yeah. And yeah,
It sucks.
It does stink for sure. I miss the days when you did have 500 milligram edibles and 1,000. Not to say that I took those, but it definitely helps for the people that do have a higher tolerance.
Because you can just break off a bite of that instead, you know?
Right. Instead of scarfing down a fucking whole chocolate bar that's 30 grams of sugar, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's a very big point that you brought up. But I kind of see where they're coming from, because the government doesn't want like a kid to get a hold of it.
I mean, we're right.
But
there's also different proof alcohol, and they just lock it up in a
correct
thing at the store.
True, touche.
And we have guns, like, but we don't require that you keep a gun in a safe away from a child.
Right.
And like, weed doesn't kill you, so.
Yeah, I agree.
It's pretty ridiculous if you ask me,
I mean,
but
I don't know what else you can do besides like a fingerprint scanner for your medical marijuana products on like a safe. Like, it doesn't need to go to that extent.
It's just like a kid can't open certain like just with pharmaceuticals. It's like, just put it in something that a kid can't open. Why do we need to limit like the dosage?
Why do we need to go to that extent? Correct. I agree.
But of course, I mean, I'm sure it's all money
driven.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
For sure.
hopefully, I mean, you know, it's ever changing, so it could go back. We'll see.
Yeah.
Could just be for now.
Definitely. And you know what? I think the edible, I'm speculating here. I think the edible companies like this because they have to use less cannabis in their butter
and they can sell more.
And they can sell more.
So why do they care, right?
Yeah, exactly. They just need to fork out more for the chocolate chip cookie dough or whatever they're using.
But it also kind of levels the playing field as well. It's like, think about how much more competition you have now. Instead of being the 1,000 milligram chocolate bar that nobody else does, now everything is 100 pretty much.
Yep. So you really have to...
you can't even really get... I mean, you can get like little individual, like a 25 or a 45. But for the most part, most of them are 100 per package.
So I'm thinking now, right, that it is... I don't even think they'll make like those little 40 single doses.
Right,
it'll be cut out, but it won't. I think...
It'll be a gummy that you can cut into fourths or something.
And it'll be 40 milligrams. Yeah. Yep. So, damn, I was going to say something right before you said gummy. What were you talking about?
I was saying it creates more competition with like 1,000 milligram chocolate bar.
Yep. So now definitely the distributor has to make like really good packaging and make it pop, or they have to really have like something different, like
or have a well-known brand that people already
flock to. Yeah.
Kiva, Kurova.
Definitely. So you have to have a niche or a value that you add just more than 100 milligrams.
Which stinks because at these sales, I got a pack of edibles and they were like little sour gummies, but they were cherry cola flavored. And they were made by somebody local, homemade, all organic.
Right.
And it's like, I would rather have that than the basic Kiva or Kurova chocolate bar.
Definitely. I agree.
So I feel like it's just going to be hard because a dispensary's not going to carry gummies, coconut oil, peanut butter cookies, granola bars. They're only going to carry so much.
Right. They only
and
have
it's
so much
pushing
room.
out all the other tiny people that...
I mean, this is much like edibles, but same with growing. I mean, same with all the other...
You could have like a grocery store full of edibles. Like, that's how many types of edibles I've seen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anything can be... You can put marijuana. You can infuse it with marijuana, for sure. But, I mean, you talk about undercutting the small guy. I mean, that's happening in growing, too. Think about all the guys that are growing in Mendo or whatever that have to comply with the new laws. And they just don't have the upfront money that it takes to maneuver their farm around to comply with the new laws, you know? So...
Well, and I was hearing in, like, Santa Cruz and stuff like that they were regulating the counties more, where they were pretty much saying you can't grow anymore, or some people were grandfathered in, and it was like a big fuss because they weren't really clear. They were just like ripping it away from people.
Right. So that was, Wade, the original 420 CEO, was telling us about that basically these guys, money, it's all money driven. These guys in Monterey County got, I don't know, thousands of acres of farm taken away from them just because someone else had more money than them, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, all the little guys are definitely suffering with the more regulations we get.
Definitely. There's going to be some growing pains.
But I wonder if it'll even out, because as a consumer, like I'm saying, I really believe that the industry is going to start going more towards craft cannabis.
Okay.
And these crazy strains that just drop, once in the summer and you don't see them again. Like, people are going to be more particular, and they like that it's grown without the pesticides, and
definitely
each plant is treated with love and stuff. Like, I don't know. I think it might get to the point where
you have your mass produced.
It's like craft breweries.
Yeah. You have your Marlboro Red.
Yep,
and then
you have your buds, and then you have your crazy local Cali IPA.
Yep. I totally agree. You're going to create that niche market to where people will go out of their way.
Get the cherry colas instead of the chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, they'll go out of their way to find that special product that they always want. But it's going to be hard for dispensaries right now to carry those. I think hopefully
for sure,
they will get to that point. So right now they're just trying to sell whatever sells, because god dang, the taxes are killing them.
I mean, they done sold out. It's even going to be hard now because we all just bought everything.
Right.
Like, everyone's going to be fine for like a month at least.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the dispensaries right now, like this next month, their sales are going to be nothing, pretty much. And speaking of sales,
bye-bye.
Didn't a few dispensaries around here in the Bay Area, they don't have anything on their shelves right now because they have nothing that's compliant.
Yep.
So they literally have to shut their doors.
Which is... I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't have prepared for that, but at the same time,
Agreed. I mean, you obviously know that this deadline is coming up, so you either got to sell everything on the shelf or you get product that's compliant and have that transition period. I mean, that's something as a business owner you got to look for.
Well, if I was a business owner, I would have put my stuff on sale before everybody else did too.
Touché.
And I would have just got rid of it.
And I think that's what some of them did, because I would see summer sale. That's when we got the X-Ray 13 from Caliva. It would say summer sale. So I think that's when they were trying to, okay, here we go. This is how we're going to start
market it,
pushing this. Yeah. This
Very
stuff
smart.
we got in the back room that we've had here for 5 months that we've been waiting for a special sale. Well, we got to get it out. Here we go.
Well, I know that there's some other cool things going on, like when Lauren just came to visit us from Florida.
Lauren, a bud tender that we had. If you haven't listened, it is episode...
One of the first few.
Yep.
3,
and she is a bud tender, also a consultant with Knox, which is a medical marijuana dispensary in Florida. One of the few.
Yeah. So she came and visited and saw some of the dispensaries here. Well, when she went back, she said that they have new batches of cartridges and CBD capsules, but that they just added 7% more terpenes into the cartridges, and she said that they're freaking awesome.
Oh, that's so cool.
And she had sent me a chart, so like it tells you all the terpenes. So Jack Herrera has pinene and limonene, and then Sour Diesel has Mrycene, limonene, and carophyllene.
Very good at pronouncing those names. Wow.
Blue Dream has Mrycene and pinene, and it basically tells you all the flavors. So like pinene, obviously pine, cedar wood.
Let's take a step back and tell people what terpenes are.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting excited.
No, you're fine. Terpenes are basically when you open that nice jar of marijuana that you just got, and that smell hits your nostrils like a bag of bricks. That smell is what's basically the terpenes. But each individual strain has different terpenes. And these terpenes ultimately is how they affect you. All
kinds of plants have terpenes. Cannabis is just one of the plants that has like the most insane.
Right. I mean, oranges produce terpenes. I mean, all kinds, lemon, limes, every scented fruit has terpenes.
Our coffee barista used to make us exotic like banana mocha, and she'd be like, it's all about the terps. Bro.
Hell yeah, she was super cool.
Shouts out to Hannah.
We would tip her in little nugs. Instead of giving her a $1 bill or $2 bill, it'd
Austin
be
like
like,
slide her on the counter like a nudge.
here's some Candyland. Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, are you for real? I love you.
Heck yeah. So a lot of people think, okay, a certain strain affects me. Like, I like White Widow, right?
Mhm.
That's my favorite strain. Well, ultimately, it's not really the strain that's making me feel that certain way. It's the terpenes in that strain that make me feel a certain way. So science is just now finding out what this all
The
entails.
profiles
The
definitely have
profiles.
different benefits.
Definitely.
So kind of like reversing a little bit, I kind of named off a few of them, but one of the most obvious is pinene, and the flavors of it, pine, makes sense.
You're walking into a
cedar
redwoods.
wood.
Yeah.
But some of its benefits specifically are that it's an antibacterial, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory. It helps control your bronchial system, and then it's also a memory enhancer.
Interesting.
And then like another popular one, limonene, flavors are citrus and orange. But its benefits are anti-anxiety, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and antidepressant.
Interesting.
Which is cool because I really like forbidden fruit, clementine, like the ones that have
the fruity.
Not only just the fruity, but the orangey. And that's interesting because I do like anti-inflammatory side effects as well as anti-anxiety and antidepressant. I don't know. It's good when you're like feeling emotional.
Yeah, I agree. I can't wait till we get more into the actual science behind this. And
we'll post this actually on Instagram for you guys to see because this is really interesting, all the different flavor profiles and benefits. It's cool to look at.
Hey Kiki, do you love me? Are you running? So I just handed a jar to Ray that is basically it's a marijuana jar that I got in Las Vegas at a dispensary. It's a little eighth. Green leaf. And they have everything tested, and it's all marked on the jar of what it is. So not only is it THC, the THCA percentage, the CBD, the CBDN, the CBDA, but also they have terpene profiles on there as well, and they show you the percentage of that on there. So I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, so you got an eighth of lavender. And
which is an indica strain.
The terpenes in the lavender are osamine, and that has 1.1. And
percent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it just says 1.1.
Okay.
And then there's pinene, 2.882.
Okay.
And then there's myrcene, 6.314.
6.314.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's percentage, and that's really crazy.
It doesn't say percentage though.
Okay. Well,
so it's not.
Well, what do you think that is? Milligrams? I don't think so.
I mean,
what does it say? Total terpene profile?
You can do the math to figure out what the percentage is. Just move the decimal. But it doesn't say percent, so that's not percent because all the other ones say percent. Not a saying.
That's interesting. You want to know what else that's interesting? Is this myrcene compound? If it's shown to have 0.5% or above, it's known to have a really couch lock effect. So that myrcene...
So that means that the lavender's couch lock.
Yeah, indica, and which I really like that strain a lot. If I could find more lavender, I would definitely buy some.
And those terps are in mangoes?
The terps are in mangoes. They are in bay leaves, thyme, eucalyptus, lemongrass, basil. It's even in hops as well.
Cool.
It has a signature spicy, earthy, musky scent that sometimes smells similar to cloves, with a mildly sweet flavor profile that can vary from strain to strain. But it's saying that this is common with indica dominant strains. So it's pretty cool. I think, I wish and I think that the marijuana industry will all go to this type of labeling.
Yeah,
it'll show you everything.
Well, because the connoisseurs and the people that have been smoking, like some of them care more about the terpenes because again, that's what the effects are. That's the taste. That has a lot to do with the profile.
Right. And I think that's only to the connoisseur.
But people don't know about it either. Like maybe if that was general knowledge, people would,
It will be because instead of going to the dispensary for, okay, I'm going to go paint today in the woods. So I want like Jack Herrera. I want to be up. Well, blah, blah, blah. I want to be creative. I'm going to look for 2 types of terpenes. And I'm going to try and see what flower they have that has those highest percentage of terpenes, and then I'm gonna buy that.
Right, because at this point it's just sativa indica hybrid, and that's pretty vague.
Vague, and it's inaccurate.
Right.
Yeah. So because if I grew White Widow and you grew a White Widow, it'd have different terpene profiles.
Very interesting,
yeah.
the science.
Yeah, it's really cool. So obviously this isn't for the average consumer. Like the average consumer, I'm gonna try and give them the basic info. But as they get to liking their stuff and liking cannabis, I think that they'll really get into the terpene profiles. Well, and I hope it's labeled more, because I would like to know what terpenes I like. Right. Because I don't.
Well, when it is labeled, that's when people will know.
So.
Because they go home and say, oh, I didn't realize forbidden fruit had this.
And this is the only packaging I've ever seen that had all this shit labeled. So shout out to Green Life Productions in Las Vegas.
Well, yeah, because they were doing that from the get, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I've seen some like that on dabs.
Okay.
Because dabs are
true. Yeah, they're more tested.
Level, because you can actually take H.T.E, which is high terpene extract.
Okay.
And that's what they'll do. They'll mix that as a sauce, like on top of diamonds.
Okay. Interesting. I did not know that. H.T.E. So I'm assuming what they do with these carts is they have I would love to get a distillate. Yeah, I would love to get a cart specialist
and
on
an H.T.E,
especially a cartridge maker. Yeah, so I feel like they fill that bitch up all the way with THC oil, pretty much, and then whatever strain they want to use, whether it's forbidden fruit or what have you.
Well, they'll normally take a distillate, because that's in its own name, distilled so many times that basically the taste and everything is extracted from that.
Well, that's
so so it's just THC.
Yeah, that THC oil is what I was referring to. Yeah.
And then that's when they'll reintroduce, like you're saying, the terpenes. So they'll.
Right.
And that's why too, I think some of the cartridges are like weird strain names, or like they'll just add the terpenes that are in a Jack Herer and say that it's Jack Herer, when that's not what the THC isn't from a Jack Herer flower. They just reintroduce the terpenes.
Right. I think that's a majority of companies, are doing. I think that's obviously more beneficial for money.
Which is why it's a different high. When people say, oh, I'll smoke a bowl and then I'll smoke a cartridge, and it's just so much different.
Right. Agreed. Wow. I would love to get, honestly, somebody from Absolute Extract or somebody big in the game. Or
Santa Cruz Vapes. She sells every brand. Like, she knows everything about cartridges.
Heck yeah. Especially with someone that like makes them and like in the process, that would be cool to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, I love that science shit.
Well, the salespeople have to know the science to sell it.
Yep.
But they don't do it.
So in other news, did you hear about hemp being passed?
I did.
Hemp
Crazy
is now
that it wasn't before.
Right. So for the first time in 80 years, this bill 80 years. 80.
Wowzers.
Yeah. So the first time in 80 years, this bill legalizes hemp, which this bill is the Farm Bill, which has a ton of provisions that the Senate passed, but one of the big ones being hemp being legalized. So we forget that hemp was actually widely grown across America in the 1800s. Americans used hemp for anything from fabrics.
Probably paper.
Yep. Fabrics to wine to paper. Honestly, I think paper was probably the biggest.
Yeah, fabric, clothes.
Yep. So our government basically treated industrial hemp like any other farm commodity until the early 20th century. Mm-hmm. And around 1937, the law defined hemp and all marijuana a narcotic drug.
Wow.
So that dramatically limited its growth, obviously.
Which, because, I mean, hemp is
the non-psychoactive.
Cannabis.
Right.
But, right.
It's the cousin, yeah. Yep. It's the cousin that's the nerdy cousin.
The cousin that got dragged in for the assistant murder.
Right. Yeah. He was the one waiting in the car. He wasn't the one robbing the bank.
Poor him.
I know. So
finally free.
So in 1970, it got even worse because it became a Schedule 1 controlled substance. So of course, nothing is going to get past that. Right. I mean, if the FDA, if the government says no, then good luck. So yeah, 80 years, Americans can grow hemp on their own soil, which is huge. It really is, not only for farms.
Resource.
It's a huge resource. So it's going to take away us getting foreign sourced hemp. It's going to allow us to make more money with more American workers. So I'm really happy to see that. I can't wait to see what we see in the next few years that will be made with hemp.
Well, and it's crazy to think, and just hemp, but the marijuana industry too, like how many marijuana jobs there are going to be in the next 5 years.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
hundreds of thousands.
Wouldn't you want to be a hemp farmer if you had a very secure job making a lot of money? I mean, that's sounds like a lot of fun, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that a lot of people are going to base their life off of. So good on them for finally getting it passed.
I know. Took a dang minute.
Right. I would like to tell you some like the many uses of hemp too while I'm at it.
Yeah.
So hemp is not only, obviously I said, for fabrics, but it can be used for building materials, plastic alternatives, even fuel. So that's a huge one. I'm not too sure if you can use hemp and like crude oil for like your car per se, but I think we could eventually.
Like what kind of fuel?
Well, let's think. So corn is like E85, like ethanol, that you can put in your gas tank. Not your car, but certain cars. I think eventually hemp can get that way too.
Huh.
I'm sure it can. If we can do a freaking corn.
Did you also see that commercial? I forget who it was, but of the algae commercial.
I did.
What is that?
Chevron.
Who would have thought this little algae could run the world or whatever? I'm like,
Right.
what?
Well, it's like the fastest reproducing like bacteria or some shit. Yeah.
It's like
Maybe.
so weird how many more discoveries we have to make.
Right.
And now that everyone's going to be able to get high, we going to be finding out a lot
lot
of new
more.
stuff.
And hopefully a lot of y'all will be chilling out too, because, hey, you already see Trump and homeboy from Vietnam
Kim
making
Jong-un,
my dog.
Korea.
Not my dog at all, but I'm glad to see him smoking weed together. You see that?
Wait, who are you talking about?
Trump and Kim Jong-un.
They did not smoke weed
I
together.
swear to God, me and him.
The
all three of them.
Korean dude.
Yeah, all three of us. That's why they shook hands, because they finally like, all right, their egos drop, and they're like, yeah, we cool. We need to start
Like,
trading.
right,
Let's
why
get some
can't
money.
everybody just, like, we have a world meeting, and it's, like, a giant hot box, like, at the fucking United Nations.
I wish. Say, put your kids inside. All the adults step outside.
It's like,
Light
we
it
get
up.
so much more done.
Fire in the hole.
It, like, goes over multiple hours that it's, like, everyone comes out happy.
You said get so much done, but I think everybody would be, like, passed out. That's hilarious. Oh, my God. That's so funny.
Bubba over there can't even roll up.
Oh, Lord. That would be great. It'll get to that point where marijuana is just like alcohol. So we're going through a prohibition, though. We are.
I hope it gets to the prices, because when they had all these sales like this, I was like, wow. This is almost like I would be going to buy a 12-pack of beer or a freaking box of cigarettes.
Yeah. So an eighth would probably last you a weekend, like by yourself. Yeah, a 12-pack or a 6-pack or however much you drink. I agree. It should be similar prices. And it was. Remember back in 2016, 2017?
I mean, right when I first moved here, yeah. I
Right.
remember,
Dispensary. I mean, there were decent prices, especially when they had sales. And obviously not like, hey, we're going through a transition sale. Like,
it was more like an actual sale.
A weekend sale, yeah. Pop-up sale. So I think we'll get there. I hope so. Because honestly, with the market, once the market and the growers and the producers of the edibles and all this, they understand the packaging, we finally get the freaking law straight, I think there will be a lot more competition, which in turn will hopefully lower the prices for consumers. Supply and demand. We'll see. We're hoping. So we're hoping. Let me tell you a few more things about hemp that I just remembered off the top of my dome piece. My grape. We used to call it a grape in the Marine Corps. Our grape. Our melon. Don't get shot in your grape or you're done. Hemp seeds are an excellent source of protein, minerals, and dietary fiber. I actually use hemp seeds sometime in my post-workout shake. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Well, flax seeds and chia seeds are around like 4 or 5 grams per serving when hemp hearts are double. They're about 10. So they're really high in protein, really high in omega-3s, and really high in carbs. So,
I did not know that.
So you can, well, excuse me, they're not really high in carbs. They're low in carbs, when chia seeds are almost 4 times higher in carbs. So not only have they have healthy fat, healthy protein, they're lower in carbs. There you go. There's your Atkins diet. Just eat a shit ton of hemp seeds.
Wow, and now we're going to be able to grow that here in America.
I know. I'd love to grow a little hemp plant. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be super cool. You just grow it like 20 feet high and be like, hey, it's hemp. Can't do nothing about it.
instead of Jack and the Beanstalk, it's like Ray and the Hemp Stalk.
That's hilarious.
I like climb to the top and sleep on it.
That'd be so sick. I want to do that when I'm on my own land and shit. I'm just gonna try and grow the tallest fucking marijuana plant I can.
So how do you can plant hemp from hemp seeds that you would eat?
No, I don't think so, because those are what's called hemp seed hearts, which I think are like de-shelled hemp seeds. But I'm not too sure. Let's try growing hemp and we'll find out, right? Organic.
Don't panic.
Don't panic. It's organic. That's
All
pretty much
y'all
it.
born in Cali are organic.
Organic.
All y'all
ass.
organic hit it.
That's all you need to sell something is organic probiotics added.
You
Fair
like
trade.
put it on your resume.
Fair trade.
Organic. Certified organic
Oh my.
in your skills section.
Trans fat free. Low sugar. Oh Lord.
Should we do strain of the day?
Thinking so. And look out for us because we're gonna be doing a scheduled Q&A now on Instagram Live. So
Weed Wednesday.
Weed Wednesday. Y'all hear that? Weed Wednesday. Stay tuned. Oh, the only thing that stinks about Wednesdays is people at church. But most likely if you smoking dope, you ain't on church.
Unless you Rastafarian.
Yeah, and you go to that Rastafarian church.
Bruh, everyone be on their phone anyway, dude. My
Really?
friend was saying, dude,
I
even
bet.
at church, little kids on the iPad playing like Candy Crush so that they're not screaming.
Insane, man. I can't wait to
I
raise
mean,
my own
not to
kid
say
my
go
way.
on Instagram Live and watch me in church. Like, I'm not telling y'all to do that now.
Oh, man.
I did go to church recently, actually, with my mother.
You
so
needed to. If you were scared, go to church.
I'm not scared.
If you're scared, go to church. No, I'm just kidding. How was
I
that?
probably do need to go, though. Knowing my crazy.
You did to confess
need
a
to
lot of
cleanse.
things, girl. Oh man, how was it? How was church?
It was good. It was
That's
chill. It was very it was like more contemporary, so
Okay.
it was more like open, more
Old school, kind of, or no?
well, because I'm Catholic, so that tends to be very boring. It's very like kneel, stand,
Right. Okay.
sing 10 songs, and you only really need to sing 2.
Very old fashioned.
Yeah,
I get it.
so it was good. Like, I do like that, like, that's tradition, and that there's the Vatican and Rome and the
history.
priest, and it is really cool. Anytime you're in a Catholic church, it's very intricate and like gold sealed it's
Wow,
really
yeah.
beautiful.
Art, yeah, mad.
Stained glass.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you don't get to see that a lot anymore.
And like the church that my parents got married in St. Augustine, which is the oldest city in the United States where Christopher Columbus landed.
Wow.
So it's very like Spanish influence.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have a
Damn.
big, huge coquina fort that like has cannons that these Spaniards would like fight off people coming in ships. They had a huge moat around this thing. And in the city of St. Augustine, you're like walking down the streets, shopping and getting fudge and stuff like that. Well, all the roads are brick and all the buildings are like rock, and it feels like you're in Europe or something. So the church my parents got married at has a huge like organ, not a piano, but a huge like
Oh, wow.
the whole backdrop, like when you walk in where the altar is like
The
a
pipes.
whole organ pipes. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
And it's like gold everywhere and like stained glass, super tall ceilings. It's like amazingly.
That's classic. I
yeah.
love it. I love it.
So I do like that part of it, but again, it does when you're so traditional, it's like not relatable.
Yeah, they like kind of haven't like caught up with the times yet of like just how to like engage people, and people don't understand the old school writing of the Bible. I
Well,
feel
and
like.
it's like the more contemporary Christian churches. I saw a billboard the other day around here that said, saying "Oh God" in bed doesn't mean you're a Christian or something.
Oh,
And I was
roasting
like,
them.
oh, okay. Like,
Damn.
you
I like
wouldn't
it.
see that in like a Catholic church. So it's just two different styles.
Agreed. Yep.
But as far as like faith, I don't know. I mean, I definitely have my beliefs.
Cool.
I think California has made me more open just as a person in general.
Huh. I would agree with you too. Same. So I just wanted to see. I was curious. So
Yee.
strain of the day, we have a fuck ton. What do you want to smoke? You want to try the cookies or no?
Well, we could do that, but I also have the J1 that I haven't even tried yet. Have we?
I don't think so.
But I just had that because it was a sativa, but I'm down to try the cookies unless you want to do that one.
Trap money shit. I want to try the cookies.
Okay.
All right, y'all heard it. Weed Wednesdays. If you ain't going to church, you're listening to APC on
At
6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's weird to say that because we used to always say
Eastern.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
We're on the Pacific, though.
I
We
know.
out here.
Y'all about to go to bed while we just lighten up.
Well, we tell them what we're going to be doing on Weed Wednesday at 6. We're going to go on Instagram Live. We'll be doing a Q&A / strain of the day smoke sesh.
Right. So if we will have specific questions picked out from our audience. Definitely please
Preconceived from the week before.
Definitely. And just keep sending them in. I love the questions y'all are asking. We try to get them answered as quick as we can. Just give us time. Sometimes we do get caught up with other things. But y'all can ask us anything pretty much weed related, even non-weed related stuff.
Yeah, non-weed related. You can ask me or us personal stuff. We may or may not answer that. But
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, if it's appropriate, we will definitely answer it. And this is an explicit show, but I ain't going to tell you.
We don't need to know what is going on in your head right now.
Yeah, never mind. Oh, man. Hey, Kiki, do you love me?